Okay, back to pre-calc review here. We'll run through the trig stuff real quick, just to make sure everybody's on the same page here if you're trying to retake this thing. Okay, number 7 was the sine of 5 pi over 4. And remember in class I said, really, forget about the 5 for a second. Let's just find out what sine of pi over 4 is. Alright, and if you don't know, let's draw the unit circle here super quick. It looks something like this. That's a circle, I promise you, where this is 1, 0, and this is 0, 1. And sine is the y-coordinate. And pi over 4 is the second angle. So here's pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3. Now we don't care about anything but this point right here. Now, and all I care about really is the y value. So my question is, what goes in there? What goes in the y value right there? So we know that the y value is going from small to big. It's 0 here, and it's going to go 1, 2, 3. That's what the y value does. So that means 2 is here, so you take root 2 over 2. That's the answer to this. Root 2 over 2. Question is it positive or negative? So now we got to think here, where is 5 pi over 4? What quadrant's it in? Because if you remember, all students take calculus. Here we are. So sine is positive in the first and the second, and negative in the third and fourth. So 5 pi over 4, well, the way I think about this is, I know this angle out here is pi. I just make it 4 pi over 4. That's this angle right there. And the whole way around would be 2 pi, which would be 8 pi over 4. Well, 5 pi over 4 is a little bit bigger than 4 pi over 4, so it's down in here somewhere. So that angle is in the third quadrant. Sine's negative there. The answer is negative. All right. Next one is tangent pi over 3. So tan pi over 3. Well, this is in the first quadrant. We just got to remember what tangent equals here. So again, there's a unit circle. Pi over 3 is the big angle. There's pi over 4 and there's pi over 6. And tangent, if you cannot remember the tangent values, it's just sine over cosine, right? So sine over cosine. That's all tan is. So tangent pi over 3 is just sine of pi over 3 over cosine pi over 3. So all we need to know is what these coordinates are. Now again, y goes from small to big. So it goes 0, 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 here. The y value is at 3, so that means root 3 over 2. X, which is cosine, goes from big to small. So it goes 3, 2, 1. So that's square root of 1 over 2. So tangent is just sine, which is root 3 over 2, over 1 over 2. So if you can't remember what value is, that's really the answer there. You just got to simplify it. And you never ever divide fractions like that. It's really root 3 over 2 times 2 over 1 multiplied by reciprocal. Those 2's cancel, and it's just root 3. There we go. Let's keep going. Secant 5 pi over 3. Getting on my nerves, pencil. Secant 5 pi over 3. Now for this, I'm going to think about what's cosine pi over 3. Then I'm going to flip it. Then I'm going to see if it's positive or negative. Again, if you want to think in your head, pi over 3 is the third angle. It's the big one. Cosine is the x value. It gets smaller as we go along the circle, so it goes 3, 2, 1. That's 1 over 2. Cosine of pi over 3 is 1/2, which means secant pi over 3 is 2, which means secant 5 pi over 3 is either positive 2 or negative 2. Now I got to find out if it's positive or negative. So again, all students take calc, no problem. This is pi, which is really 3 pi over 3. Well, 5 pi over 3 is bigger than that. 4 pi over 3 will be down in here, but we need 5 pi over 3. So I'm going to go over the 2 pi. 2 pi is really 6 pi over 3. 5 pi over 3 is 1 less than that, so it's down here. So 5 pi over 3 is in the fourth quadrant. Cosine's positive there, so secant is positive there. The answer is 2. Last one, cosine 3 pi over 2. Every time. Cosine of 3 pi over 2. Well, cosine is the x value. 3 pi over 2 is down here. The coordinates there are just 0, negative 1. The x value is 0. There you go. You're done. Okay. On to number 11. Oh my god, every single time. 11. Cotangent, you're supposed to memorize this, kids. Cotangent has asymptotes where sine is 0, so that's pi 2 pi, 0, 3 pi, negative 2 pi, all those good numbers. So there's one here, there's one there, and there's one here. And it's 0, or cosine is 0. That's at all the pi over 2's. So it looks like this. Oh my god, that was awful. How do I undo that? Oh, great. There we go. It looks like this, dude. Alright. Anyway, you get the point. It goes through here. Label your axis. This is really hard to do with this computer pen, I promise you. Okay, so this is pi over 2, this is 3 pi over 2, nothing crazy. This is 2 pi, this is pi. Okay? Alright, moving on. Let's do this trig one, and then we'll stop this video too here. This is number 12. Come on, pencil. Number 12 is tangent squared x sine x is equal to 3 sine x. Now, a lot of kids divide it by sine of x here, and you cannot do that because then you're dividing by a variable, and you're never allowed to cancel out a variable with division. If you can cancel out a variable by division, just move it over and factor it out. Here's what I mean by that. Tan squared of x sine of x minus 3 sine of x equals 0. And now we can factor out that sine of x. Sine of x times tan squared x minus 3 equals 0. Alright, now we got to solve this. Where does sine equal 0? And where does tan squared minus 3 equals 0? Sine equals 0 at all the pi's. That's pi n. You can also put 0 plus pi n, or 0 plus 2 pi n, pi plus 2 pi n, whatever. And this says where does tangent equal positive or negative square root of 3? Well, that happens. So here's one answer, pi n. Tangent equals root 3 at pi over 3 plus pi n. And it also equals negative root 3 at 2 pi over 3 plus pi n. Okay,